Good morning to everybody on a not quite as nice spring summer morning, but hopefully it will come back. Whether the forecast is improving, okay. As probably a lot of you know, I'm Dr. Kelleher. I'm the Assistant National Director for Public Health and Child Health, and I'm also the Director of the Health Protection and Surveillance Centre. Ever since I've been a public health doctor, which is now 36 years, immunisation has been a very, very major part of my life. And it's grown dramatically in those 35 years in what we can do. And we've also equally seen dramatic declines in diseases. Like a lot of people in the room, I spent my earlier days in paediatrics. I was a registrar in the Children's Hospital in Birmingham. And one of the things we most feared was HIV. Now, speaking to some of our consultant paediatric colleagues, let alone the junior doctors, the NCHDs in training, they don't even know what HIV is virtually. You know, it's a massive difference. Yeah, I was scared as an SHO on call that somebody with HIV would come in and how we deal with that, because it was so frightening. Immunisation is so important. We are on the absolute cusp of eliminating both measles and rubella in this country. And to a degree, some of the reasons why there's so much publicity about measles at the moment is because countries are really striving to do something about it. And the whole thing has been hyped up to get that drive going as much as possible. Technically, Ireland, and this is a technical definition, I've got to say, and I can explain it, but I'm not going to because it's very boring. Ireland is now likely to have its second year approved of being measles eliminated, okay? And very simply that means we don't have any cases of measles that are, most of our cases of measles can be shown to have come in from outside or be connected to cases from outside of the country, or none of the outbreaks of measles lasts long. And again, that is very true. So we're moving in that direction. And even what's happened in the States will not affect their endemic status, because it overtly was a consequence of a case from outside of the country. So, you know, so they're really very close to eradication even. So it's a very important thing. And yet we've also got others. You're going to hear some of the success stories today as well, and some of the changes we're about to see as well, which are increasingly very, very important. Yet we have difficulties. Our main difficulty is we have almost been too successful, and the threat of what we're dealing with is receding from people's minds. I illustrated with my issue around HIV, you know, but it's the same with a number of the diseases. And so we really have got to go again and again in our efforts to make sure we get through to the proper targets and hit them, exceed them, to make sure we can eliminate these diseases. And virtually all the diseases we talk about are bad. They're not soft diseases that you sometimes hear people talking about. It's not a problem to get measles, it's not a problem to get mumps. That's not true. I've seen children die from measles. I've clearly seen children die from meningitis and some of the other ones. I've seen children very severely handicapped of diseases. I'm of an age where compatriots were severely affected by polio. You know, we've seen these diseases, they're there. So it is an important day. Hopefully we've got a very good a group of people to talk to you about things. Very keen to answer your questions, both here in the room and from around the country, and online questions. And please do enjoy yourselves. Please remember the phone. It is quite irritating for the phone to go off when you're talking, somebody's talking, okay? So we'll move on.